The spawning season is upon us, and awful things can happen that you have no idea could have happened. Our 7 or 8 giant gouramis have been together for many years. Sure, there were some disagreements and some sometimes torn fins and injuries, but this is, I don't know if this fish will live. This is Us, our original male giant gourami. He's beaten up as if, I don't know, it's in a horrible shape. I just took him out of the less aggressive 4500 and placed him in this 1800 gallon. Yesterday night everything was fine, he was fine. This morning, this all happened overnight. I'm pretty sure I know who did it. It was the alpha giant gourami, the biggest giant gourami. Let me go turn the light on in the less aggressive and we'll show you him. Us's fins are shredded. If he survives, he's gonna lose most of them for sure, almost to nubs. And his 2 flanks are stripped on both sides below the lateral line. There are pretty much no scales left, I think. They're very strong fish, but again, this is a lot of damage. I'm very doubtful he will live. The guy who was coming over like a dog returning to his puke, the guy that was coming over all the time to check back on him is the big guy right there, the biggest giant gourami. He's been in this tank for about 2 years, and again, no such problems at all. Once in a while they had problems. The female red-tailed gourami, you can see her tail is still healing up right there. Still a little torn. So she had some damage, similar damage, but only 1/100th of it. And that was, I don't know, a month ago. Anyhow, I'm ascribing this to the spawning season coming up. If not already here. And the increased aggressiveness of the similar fish to each other, the ones that are territorial or hierarchical. Giant gouramis are both, just not to the extent that they cannot live together. That's another common giant gourami right there, but he's untouched. He or she, I don't know. There's another pink form in there, giant gourami, and 2 red-tailed gouramis. It's pretty pale though. I wonder why. Usually they're pretty gray. Sorry about the cloudy water. I fed them mackerel yesterday, mackerel fouls up the water clarity pretty bad because of how oily it is. It's a tremendously oily fish. It's a big disadvantage to feeding mackerel. So that's a little story, disturbing story of the day. So the big guy was coming over and checking up on Us. Wasn't biting him anymore, but just nudged him and pushed him just a tiny little bit. Us couldn't react to, I mean, he barely reacts to anything. He's extremely stressed and beat up. It's terrible to see him in such a state. He's been with us for 10 years. And I don't know if he'll make it. And I don't know what I could have done different. Maybe I would have, if I caught it in time, yeah, but it all happened overnight. So there's, usually there are warning signs, and then the damage begins slowly, gradually. But this was a lot of damage. Lethal amount of damage overnight. I don't know how well you can see. The two giant red-tailed gouramis are sitting by the back wall. The big guy, the dominant one, his name is Big Guy. He came up right to them. The one with no name, the common giant gourami, is right there too. Let's see, where's the pink one? Oftentimes they sit right there by the back wall. They like to rest there. So maybe I missed it. Maybe he was there before and I didn't catch it, that he was taking in some damage. Taking on some damage. This is a big guy. Well, we'll keep observing and we'll report on any developments. If Goose passes, we're gonna have to report it too. As heartbreaking as it is. As I said, he's been with us for 10 years, and for 2 of the last years he was with the big guy. At some point we had almost, I want to say 9 or 10 giant gouramis all in the same tank. 2 elephant ears, 4 red-tailed gourami, and probably 2, 3 or 4, I think 2 or 3 common gouramis, and a couple of pink forms. Usually the more the better, so that the aggression spreads around. And you can see the incessant bites right on his flanks. So he's missing pretty good amount of scales. There's a lot of red and inflammation around there too. Red-tailed female. Male name common Asphornimus. Also male. We're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in this tank and the barely live oos, number 6. In the 1800. Yeah, Oz died the same day. He started losing balance and I had to euthanize him. I'm shooting this 1 week later, so he's kind of still frozen. Okay, tip to tip, but the tail wasn't damaged. So about 20-21 inch at most. He's always been a picky eater, very finicky. Would take some, not take, only take pellets, would not take fish or anything, and even certain pellets. So I'd say he's rather small for his age. I'm shooting, by the way, I'm shooting this one week later, yep. One thing I wanted to mention is that, of course, the first guess is always aggression and spawning and all of that, but I cannot discount that he was sick, or maybe he was passing away and another fish felt his other gourami felt his weakness, and that's why he got attacked, and pretty much they helped him to pass away. But you know, all of this is just baseless guessing at this point. As I said, 1 week later, I've been watching carefully, but I don't see any other problems. That's the rather smaller commonest Phrynemus gourami. It looks good. This is the boss, the big guy. The male red-tailed gourami looks good. The female is all healed up, also looks good. He's very pale though, the other male. So where's the pink one? Oh, there he is. Hurrying to make a showing. Here's the pink one, also not too bad. He's got a few nicks here and there, but not too bad overall. Alright, that's our little giant gourami update and a loss. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if it's bites or if it's... It almost looks like it could be some inflammation from parasites, but I don't see any parasites on anybody else, so I don't know. We'll see what it is. Sooner or later, it will become clear. The big guy is probably 2 feet. Might be a little over, but not by much. If it's maybe 24, 26 inches at most.